And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. No, you know what? I tried. I really tried, and that was so bad. But I love this song. Welcome, guys, to Bedtime Thoughts. And tonight, I want to talk about Stranger Things finale. I've seen lots of reels how bad was the season. No, the last episode. And I was so triggered by that. I have my own opinion, and I'm gonna also read some comments and watch probably some reels from people who really hated the final episode of the Stranger Things, and I'll tell you what's wrong with them. Yeah, and you know what, that's gonna be my opinion, so I don't care what you think. Now, if you have your own opinion, please share with me in the comment section. But disclaimer, this video is full of opinions, so just be polite and patient. Okay, that was actually fun. Let's see what people say. What are their theories? Demons were busy enjoying New Year's Eve. Well, yeah, Christmas, yeah, don't forget about that. A lot of holidays. Actually, if you watch the show, you would know the Demogorgons are in the upside down, not the other worlds. They were on vacation after working all season. Yeah, and they were not paid for that. So they deserve some vacation. I also thought about it, like, where are all the Demogorgons? The reason why I watched this TV series, because I found deeper message in it. To me, it was not just like a typical sci-fi about, I don't know, a bunch of kids who fight with monsters, blah, blah. I see it as an analogy, and my analogy is that Demogorgons, they were like analogy to our fears and doubts who chase after us, and once we defeat them, we don't have them anymore. And that's my answer to why there were no Demogorgons, because kids, they fought lots of their fears and doubts. They've been doing it for like 4 seasons, and after that nothing was left.
It's the finale of Stranger Things!
It's been 9 years. People have literally grown up with this.
We can have a crazy plot twist between the love triangle of Nancy, Jonathan, and Steve!
Oh, you know what? We need stakes. Like, we could kill off a major character.
Or we can have the craziest fight anyone has ever seen!
Wait, I got it. What if nobody dies and they play board games at the end?
Yeah, what's bad about that? The last 2 episodes were the worst thing I've ever seen. It was pure trash. The last 2 episodes were the best. In 2026, where you see a lot of trash movies, so weak, so woke, Stranger Things, it's like a fresh air. 5 minutes of screen time for the coolest and scariest monster in the show. Really? I think Vecna had enough. Episode 8 of Stranger Things is good. The way they focused more on the friendship aspect and made it emotional rather than on the actual plot really worked. I don't want to think about the whole trapped in memory idea, or whether the Mind Flyer was actually a giant spider sitting on the other side of a wormhole. Even the Duffers knew they messed up the plot, but the choice to spend 60% of the runtime on a fairy tale ending is lovable. Yeah, this is the thing. That was the story about friendship, about growing up, about being a kid, about becoming a teenager or an adult, how scary, how fascinating things can be. If we see the movie like analogy, then we understand that the ending is just the life. And I don't know why people just put a lot of expectations only on the last episode. You don't start watching TV series because you want to get to the end of it, right? You start watching it because you are fascinated by the plot, right? So that was a great journey. The ending is just the ending. Nothing special. So chill, guys.
Oh, we lost the girl. And now we have all of our friends that know everything we've done and about our secret operation. You guys best be going to your high school graduation. You're gonna be late. This is it, guys. It's the time. One last time. This is the big bad, the villain, the person we've been spending 5 seasons building up to. Wow, that was the hardest 10-minute fight I've ever had in my life. I'm so glad none of us died. And we kind of played around, and we thought the theme for this season was traitor. Traitor.
Who's the traitor?
Up for interpretation.
Up for interpretation. Yeah, why not? If you have a space to come up with your own interpretation, that's great. That's great. Let's see what people write. I love the last season, but the finale, I hate this word, finale was so underwhelming. I was disappointed in the first hour we got to kill Vecna. It seemed forced and rushed. Iwerks love to see them get the lives they wanted. But we didn't need an hour of that. If they made the finale an hour longer, it possibly could have been better. I don't know. Make a movie and you can see if that was better or not. You can make your own interpretation of Stranger Things. Why not? Vecna was killed in the first hour. Again, why do we just keep the part that they had been trying to kill Vecna for 5 seasons straight? And look, about Vecna, why it was easy to kill him. That was not easy to kill him. Just think about that Vecna couldn't be even killed if he didn't face his own trauma. When he faced it, it just weakened him. That's just my theory.
People keep saying that fans keep nitpicking Stranger Things to find plot holes, but what if I told you the entire story is built on a plot hole? Because we were told that 11 accidentally created the Upside Down when she made contact with this Demogorgon in her mind space when she was at the Hawkins lab in a bath. And at the time, that explanation was okay. But then in season 5, episode 7, they changed the rules. They said that 11 couldn't find Vecna because he was too far away in the abyss.
You're looking too deep into this, bro. Just sit back and watch the movie. My thoughts exactly. I guess a lot of people out there just they waited for huge bloody war, with lots of sacrifices, with lots of victims, I don't know, with body parts floating around. I don't know. I guess people expected from Stranger Things to turn into X-Men or Avengers, the Endgame for Hawkins. But I believe the Duffer Brothers had much deeper story to tell and message to say. One that wasn't about the war, but more about, surviving your trauma, overcoming your fears and doubts. So what I've noticed so far, that people triggered mostly about how fast kids defeated Vecna, plot holes, and what was the last one? I don't remember. I personally, when I watched the ending, I realized that life is life, and no matter what you do, it has beginning and it has the end. Okay, your purpose is just to go through all the stages of it, through the good and bad, through the positive and negative, through the challenges and the winnings. And that's how it felt for me, and that's why I am satisfied with the ending. You didn't like that the Vecna was killed so easily or fast, or that you didn't see a lot, like an army of Demogorgons? It's just because the scariest monsters are the ones that inside of us, and that the hardest battles are the ones that we fight in silence in our own minds. It wasn't a story about defeating monsters. It was a story about learning that life is life. And I guess that has even more powerful message. At least that's my interpretation and my thoughts. And I'm so curious about yours. Please write them down in the comments section. Let me know in the comments if you liked when I share my own opinion about movies or tendencies, some social trends and stuff like that. Or if you like me reading the comments and reacting to them. Also, if you enjoyed to watch this video and you got to this part, I highly recommend you to watch my bedtime reads and my bedtime thoughts. Thank you.